If your top turns look awkward, are lacking power, or have that classic flailing back arm at the top, keep watching, this video is for you. My name's Simon, I'm the founder of Renegade Surf Travel, and we run world-class surf coaching trips in some of the most progression-friendly waves on Earth. I would describe myself as a lower level 4 surfer. That means I'm someone who is comfortable in most conditions. I'm competent surfing horizontally, doing cutbacks and all that kind of stuff, and I'm now looking to surf more vertically in the pocket of the wave. Not always with great success, but at least that's my intention when I'm surfing. Now, we see hundreds of surfers come through every season, and this is a super common mistake that we see all the time with upper level 3 surfers and lower level 4 surfers who are trying to sort of push up to that next level of surfing more vertically. Now, if you're anything like me, this is something you've probably experienced. You are starting to get pretty comfortable surfing horizontally, doing roundhouse cutbacks, floaters, speed generation, things like that. But as you sort of start to progress towards surfing more in the pocket and more vertically, everything starts to become a little bit more reactive, a little bit awkward. And if you watch yourself back surfing, we quite often see the back arm kind of flailing back behind us in the top turn, which can often put us off balance, cause us to fall, or just not look the way that we want to look when we see ourselves surf. Now, the obvious place to go here is to try and address the issue in the top turn. And so I spent a long time kind of trying to really think about throwing my back arm around at the top of the top turn. And after months of struggling with this, it still wasn't really getting any better. And it was only when one of our coaches, Shannon Ainsley, pointed out to me that actually the issue is stemming from the bottom turn. Now, if you've heard it once, you've heard it 100 times, and that is that the foundation of a good top turn is a good bottom turn. And it's so cliche, but it's cliche for a reason, and that is because it's true. So there was a reason that this was happening at the top, and it all started from the bottom. There are 3 ingredients to a good bottom turn. Number 1 is compression. We need to get low as we come into the bottom turn. You can visualize a spring here. As you get into your bottom turn, we need to squash that spring so that there's plenty of energy to spring us back up the wave as we come out of the bottom turn. Number 2 is rail engagement, okay? We need to lean the board on rail so that there is water flow hitting the bottom of our board to project us back up the wave. But number 3 is the ingredient that I was missing, and is the ingredient that we see loads of surfers missing in their bottom turn, and that is rotation. Basically, as we come out of the bottom turn, we need to rotate our body towards the white water so that as we get to the top of the wave, we can then unwind and rotate back the other way. Now again, you can kind of visualize a spring for this example, and the other way a spring can store energy is to twist. And then what does it want to do? It wants to twist itself back the other way. And that's what we need to do in the bottom turn so that we can untwist in the top turn. All right, so we're gonna look at a couple of examples here. The first one is of myself and is of the classic mistake we see all the time. So in this example, my bottom turn starts looking quite good. I'm nicely compressed, I'm holding the board on rail. But you'll notice that as I kind of come out of the bottom turn, there's no rotation of my chest towards the white water. My back arm is kind of staying down by my side or even in front of me. And that means that as I get to the top of the wave or into the lip, there's nowhere else for that arm to go but to flail behind me, which kind of causes that awkward looking counter rotation. On the other hand, let's take a look at Ethan Ewing here. You'll notice that as he comes off the bottom, he's going to rotate his chest towards the white water and throw his back arm way behind him. That means he's now coiled up like a spring and ready to unload as he comes into the top turn. And that allows everything to come around together and gives him so much more speed and power through those turns in critical sections. Now, there's a couple of visual cues that we use all the time to try and kind of fix this issue, and you can try these next time you go for a surf. The first one is to think about stroking and throwing the cat. As you come into your bottom turn, you're going to compress, you're going to reach forward with your back arm as if there's a cat down here on your inside rail. As you come into the midpoint of your bottom turn, you're gonna reach out for the cat and kind of stroke it like this. And then as you come to the end of your bottom turn, you're gonna throw the cat behind you which is going to rotate your torso towards the white water. The other visual cue you can think of, if that's all a little bit abstract, is simply waving to the beach with your back arm. Let's assume we've already got the first two ingredients of a quality bottom turn in place. We're compressed, we've got the board on rail, and then as you come out of your bottom turn, I want you to imagine that you're going to wave to someone on the beach with your back arm. What this does is kind of fix the classic issue of this back arm coming across us too soon in the bottom turn, and this is something I struggled with a lot myself. I would compress, I would lean, but the back arm would come forward early, and then as I get to the top, that would flail behind me. So next time you go for a surf, think about those two visual cues, pick the one that works best for you, give it a try, and hopefully that's gonna fix that flailing back arm that so many of us struggle with. All right, so to recap, if you're struggling with an awkward top turn in those vertical, more critical sections, don't just go to the top turn to try and fix this issue. For most surfers, the issue starts from the bottom turn, and it's a lack of rotation in the bottom turn. Simply put, you can't rotate at the top if you didn't rotate at the bottom. Hopefully you found that helpful. If you like content like this, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are looking to make more tutorial content like this to help you on your surfing journey. So if there's anything in particular that you feel would be really valuable to learn as a surfer, drop it in the comments below and we will try and make a video for you. All right, until next time.